Our guest today on Ordinary People Doing Extraordinary Things is two-time boxing champ Bernard Hopkins. B-Hop, as he is called, is an American former professional boxer who competed from 1988 to 2016. He is one of the most successful boxers of the past 3 decades, having held multiple world championships in 2 weight classes, including the undisputed middleweight title from 2001 to 2005 and the linear light heavyweight title from 2011 to 2012. Welcome to our show. My co-host again is the awards-winning local documentarian, Jill Freshy.
There are people in position that talk reform, but they know it's a business. And when you saying reform, you're saying no more business. I say the business must stop. Crime won't stop. Inmates, the flow of inmates for whatever they've accused or convicted on, that process is not going to disappear. But there are guidelines and things that need to be addressed when those who get out, which is over 80% of inmates that do go there, or convicted felons that do go there, the statistic says, not just me, says that they eventually will be paroled back into what? Society, correct? What are they paroled back to? What did they learn in there? What was offered to them to make a choice to be able to be rehabilitated or have more than one way of a livelihood to earn that position to be able to say, this is the way I stay out of that institution. I take care of my family. I take care of myself first. Then I take care of those who around me and my quote-unquote family or circle. Most people that come out of the penitentiary still can't read. There should be mandatory to make certain parole, early parole, or any other provision for those who are not deemed for life to be able to say that I'm going to take this trade, I'm going to take that trade, I'm going to do this, I'm doing that. You know, they don't have a lot of options in those places. Trade schools, things like this, things like that. How to re-enter back into the community for those who is at the furlough status or the open class clearance to be trusted to be able to do this and do that, but still under the supervision of the state. If you continue to keep locking people up during their time, that's just what they're doing, time. That's all. When their time is up, I guarantee you and I promise you they're going to be more vicious than what they was accused of. And now they let back into society to repeat even more of what they left off at. Very, very small percentage, woman or man, that's in those penitentiaries will get it if these provisions are not changed. And listen, nobody, not even myself, had the magic wand. There's going to be a program, and there's going to be people that's going to deviate from the program and don't think it's useful for them. But let's give them an option, a sincere, realistic option. I believe, my hope and faith in my fellow man or sister, white, black, or brown, if you give them an opportunity to choose right from wrong, I would sincerely want to believe they would choose the right thing. especially after going through an experience that they wouldn't want to go through again. Prison is not a Holiday Inn. It's not, and anyone you speak to that been through that, they will never tell you, I didn't hear it myself, that they had fun, that they felt like they was on vacation. You can lose your life quicker in those institutions than you can lose on the street. Might be quicker. Because you're in the same environment, the same people you got to see every day, and you must be aware of that. You have to invest in what they call the condemned people who eventually is going to get out. Statistics, I don't see it. They'll tell you they're going to get out. And then you got to deal with the other side. What is that? Prison is a big, big business. You'll be surprised who invests in prison, one of the best stocks out there. So there's going to be a resistance there for some very, very powerful, wealthy, not rich, people.
Well, how do we prevent them from going to prison? Let's talk about that. Do you think our education system is failing in America?
In so many ways, you can't blame everybody for every situation. It starts also to where the most attention should be given. It's not in school. It's at home. You only what your environment is.
Right.
What you see is what you normally going to be. Right? No one. I didn't hear nobody say you could be a doctor or you could be a successful engineer or this or that. That was something that was fiction to me.
Right.
What was reality to me was what I seen, what I heard. And let's not forget, the elderly people, the people of our peers. They drinking wine, they gambling, the prostitutes, the hustlers. They was our heroes. So you take an 8-year-old young man, a boy, or whatever, he's walking by himself up the playground. He see a dice game. Okay, now he's 9, now he's 10. Eventually he's going to be in that dice game. It has to be a team, but an army effort, sincerely, to be able to know that it starts amongst the community and also the people that calls the shots based on who we put in that position. Because you can have all the lessons at home, but eventually there has to be something that they can see bigger than mom just running her mouth or dad just saying this, because eventually, I don't care if you live in the suburbs or non-suburbs, you're going to stop listening to those parents when you see that you did everything that you was asked to do, but there's no program or nothing outside of that seemed to be realistic. So now you become somebody just being a nagging mom being a nagging dad, and this and that, and you start rebelling. And that's everywhere. That is everywhere. And again, to me, is having options for those who want the option to go straight or the option to go right. I mean, wrong. You have to understand that it has to be choices. And once those choices are there, and you have knowledge and understanding, and you've been given these things to make these choices. Because let's look at it. Let's be realistic. We all have choices. I had a choice to be here on time or not. Correct? My choice was to do what I planned out to do days ago. A plan has to be in order. Do plans changes? Correct, they do. But in the same token, you must have a plan. Without a plan, you have really nothing.
2 minutes, talk about B-Hop the entrepreneur. Oscar De La Hoya, your buddy. 2 minutes.
Yeah. Listen, it's called generational wealth. And I had to learn that as I traveled through boxing and earning and paying my bills and taxes and things, and saying to myself, how do you set up the next generation not to give, but to have a comfort zone of a trust that can guide them through as long as they follow the guidelines of that, to be independent and not dependent. What's the old saying? If I teach you how to fish.
I know the saying.
Correct.
Yep.
You don't have to depend on nobody to feed you.
That's right.
That was in 2 minutes. I'm pretty good.
No, you're
You're a world champion. Come on.
You're fabulous. We are mainlinetv.org, Jill Freshy and myself.
And who are we talking with today?
Bernard Hopkins. Boxing champ.
There's no dispute when you're undisputed.
So happy to have you here.
So happy to be here.
You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And I guess, where can you be found on social media? Or don't you
B-Hop, DLN. B-Hop, DLN.
Oh, okay. The alien. B-Hop the alien.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm from this world. I'm from this world, but I'm not of the world.
The tattoo's already fading as the sweat pours off of Hopkins' body here in round 3.
But Bernard Hopkins isn't fading.
No, and the bet looks pretty good, at least for the moment, as he gives Trinidad a spirited fight.
Winner by way of technical knockout, tonight earning his place in boxing history as he is now the undisputed middleweight champion of the world, Bernard, the Executioner Hopkins.
Hello, this is John Ricciuti with Jill Freshy. We are weekly co-hosts of Ordinary People Doing Extraordinary Things. Broadcast Fridays at 9:30 on WXVU 89.1, The Roar. We are also streaming on WXVU.org.